Hi, it's Ron Coleman. I want to talk about something in the news today. Actually, it's been in the news for a couple of days now, and a lot of people have brought it to my attention because they think of me as a trademark lawyer, and in fact, I am a trademark lawyer. It is this story. U.S. Jews attempt to trademark from the river to the sea, Palestinian chant. Oh my goodness. It seemed like such a cute idea. The idea is apparently that people thought that they would register this phrase as a trademark and that would somehow prevent it from being used. That's not what trademarks do. It's not what trademarks are for, and that's not what a trademark is. First of all, let's talk a little bit about what a trademark is. U.S. Jews attempt to trademark. You don't attempt to trademark. Well, you can attempt to trademark, but to attempt to register a trademark is not to trademark it. Trademark is not a verb. You can't trademark something. You can use a trademark or use something that you want to become a trademark in commerce, in connection with goods or services. That makes it a trademark if it is matter that's protectable as a trademark. And if you have a trademark, you can register it with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Good, that's number one. Number two is trademarks are not meant to convey information. They're meant to, except, well, they are sort of, but the information is who made this t-shirt, who made this hat, who made this tote bag. When you use a hat or a tote bag or a t-shirt as a canvas for communicating a message, other information, in other words, it has been recognized, including in a case that I was involved in, Tam versus Mattel, that a trademark can convey information, but all things being equal, and for purposes of this discussion, a trademark must at the very least convey source or affiliation, approval. Let's put that aside for now. Fundamentally, it's who makes the t-shirt, or who approves of the t-shirt, who has licensed the t-shirt, not what do I want you to think about me and what I'm saying, and here's a t-shirt. That's called an ornamental use. Even though ornamental sounds like something that should be protectable, you can protect ornamental designs in clothing, but only if they are unique and only under the law of copyright. So in other words, pretty much only fabric designs. Words on a t-shirt, words on a tote bag or on a hat, that doesn't work. So it's not a trademark if it's communicating information. That's called a failure to function. Failure to function as a trademark. It is not acting as a source identifier. Third of all, as the article actually acknowledges, if you were to get that trademark for t-shirts and hats, which again is extremely unlikely, there is a point, by the way, where a phrase can cross over into trademark territory. Slogans can become registered as trademarks. But again, not by registering them, but by using them and building secondary meaning, which means the public, the relevant public, comes to think of you as the source of the good or service, not by merely registering something and being the first, like a land grab. American trademark law doesn't work that way. But also, you can't use trademark law to prevent free speech. If the idea here was to prevent people from making t-shirts and hats because you would have trademark rights in this phrase, imagine somehow this got past the United States Patent and Trademark Office examination and was allowed as a trademark, and there were no opposition filed by anyone, and were ultimately placed on the principal register. As soon as the owner of that trademark sent out a cease and desist letter to try to prevent people from using the phrase except as permitted by them, it would be over because no judge in the world would enforce it. It's garbage. Trademarks are not supposed to be used to prevent speech. Actually, there is a school of thought that says that they do restrict speech, but they don't restrict speech other than trademark speech. In other words, no one else can use the word Vaseline to refer to his hand lotion. So if someone has dry old man skin like me and he needs to use hand lotion, no one else can speak the word Vaseline in connection with the sale of a product like it. Poland Spring. You're restricted from using the words Poland Spring. That is a sort of restriction on free speech. But it's a very, very narrow one because in fact it would be a deceptive use of speech, which in the trademark context is prohibited. It is true that as a general rule, we don't permit the government to stop people from using speech deceptively, but trademarks are not really considered to be speech. You can't use your trademark to stop people from saying things. And if your trademark is based on a slogan, a truism, or even a falsism, even something that is not really true, even something that really is true, anyone can say it. Anyone can say it. Anyone can even put it on a t-shirt because they're not using it in a trademark way, they're using it in a communication way. Mattel versus Tam said the government can't say that here's a kind of trademark that we won't register because it's bad speech. On the other hand, we have a long-standing principle that you also can't use trademarks or trademark registrations which enhance your ability to enforce trademarks. You can't use them to prevent other people from expressing ideas or saying things or even talking about. In other words, you can't say, Ron, you can't talk about Vaseline in advanced repair, intensive care, hand lotion. Can't do it because we own it. No, that's not true. I can talk about it all I want as long as I'm not you doing it in a confusing way, as long as I'm not making you think that my homemade hand lotion is Vaseline or anyone else's, or that I repackage something else and call it Vaseline. I can't say, listen, all water is the same and I'm just going to use this bottle over and over again. Because that's this, no, only Poland Spring gets to decide what goes in this bottle in commerce. True, I can fill it with whatever I want here in the office, but I can't hold it out as Poland Spring. That's a trademark use. That's not speech. That is labeling something what it really is. So from the river to the sea is never going to be protected as a trademark. Trademark law is not meant to do that. It shouldn't do that, and it won't do that. Cute, but kind of stupid. Sorry.